Wow. Justice for All finale. That's crazy. Oh, guys, that's crazy. Oh my god, that's crazy. Oh my god, guys, that's crazy. Hello. Sorry. I trimmed my bangs today. There was like teeny little hair. Okay, you're gone now. In my glasses, and it was poking my eye. Not very comfortable. Hello. Hi. Oh my god, we're here. Oh. The finale of Justice for All. I am so excited. I love this fucking case so much. This ending is so good. And then Thursday we start Trials and Tribulation. That's crazy. Guys, that's crazy. It took me half a year to get to this point because my life is so fucking chaotic. But hopefully things will be more consistent, because if you weren't at the Olkami stream or at the previous stream, I did get a jab, which we love to see. And the job will have relatively consistent hours starting in the fall. Which we also love to see. So yeah, the times of these streams may move eventually, but for you watching the VOD, hi. First of all, hi, thank you. Second of all, you don't care. Anyway, let's see. Okay, so last time we began the final trial, and we threw Adrian Andrews under the bus again because Edgeworth's case against Matt is so strong, because it's the truth, as we know now. And then Gumshoe got into an accident when he was chasing. They were chasing DeKiller, and then they didn't catch DeKiller, but he did manage to grab a few pieces of very important evidence, and he was rushing them back to us, and then got into an accident. So, number one, we hope that Gumshoe is okay. Number two, don't drive and talk on your cell phone at the same time. I know that sounds silly. I know that sounds really silly, but like that can be as dangerous as driving drunk. So please don't do that. You don't care. Hi, Partial Bullet, how are you? I mean, people in the VODs, they don't care about the stream times because they don't have to worry about it. They're just like, oh, okay, a video. And that's fine. As somebody who does the VOD life, I get it. Enjoy things how you want to enjoy them, as long as you're not hurting anybody, you know what I mean? Anyway, yeah, so we finally are doing the handwriting analysis on that suicide note, which is something I was harping about. Even though I knew it was coming, it bothered me the first time I played this too, and I was like, why is that not the immediate instinct of this court right now? But anyway, we're getting into this. We're finishing this today. I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. I do love these fools so much. Man, they've been at court for like 4.5 hours. That sucks.
Court will now reconvene. I assume both sides are ready.
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
I can understand the defense acting like this. However, why do you also seem distraught, Mr. Edgeworth?
It's nothing, Your Honor.
What's wrong with Edgeworth?
It looks like something unexpected just happened to him. Sorry. Sorry. We're like literally 5 minutes into the stream and I'm like losing my mind already.
Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you could please tell us the court results of the handwriting analysis on Ms. Impact's suicide note.
Yes, Your Honor. Unfortunately, we have discovered that the suicide note is a forgery. I didn't even remember that that was the case, but that's why it's important, guys. That's so important. That's literally a whole plot chunk of the House in Fata Morgana, Door 3. Anyway. What?
What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
This note was not written by Ms. Impax herself. It is a fake. Where's Adrian? What does she have to say about that? I feel like Adrian has it, right? Maybe, I don't know.
Order, order, order! Mr. Edgeworth, would you care to explain what is going on? If this was not written by Ms. Impax, then who wrote it?
Yeah, and your case just went... We would need more time to do a more detailed analysis. However, it appears that the handwriting matches that of the victim, Mr. Juan Corrida. Mr. Corrida? Well, well. It looks like Ms. Impax never left a suicide note after all. She never wrote anything about On Guard. However, Your Honor, even though this suicide note is indeed a fake, Mr. On Guard could not have known that, and so that fact remains unchanged. Nice typo. Acting under the assumption that it was real, he had plotted to possess it, if he knew it existed at all. Your case isn't even that good anymore, King. I love you, but...
That does sound very plausible.
Plausible isn't fact. This theory that On Guard had no idea that the suicide note was fake. Something seems a little wrong with it. Let's present something. Surely there's something we have. The defense believes that the theory that the prosecution has stated contradicts testimony. If everything the prosecution has proven up to this point is true, then it's impossible for Mr. On Guard to not have known it was a fake. Is it because he was spying on... Is it because he was spying on Juan that he would have known? Okay, phew.
What is this little item called again? Your little items. What is this little item called again?
A video camera, Your Honor. Well, a very small one, but it looks... I wonder how big it is. It looks almost like an endoscopy camera. The ones they stick down your throat.
Oh, that's right, a camera. You kids and your fancy toys nowadays.
Okay. Mr. Edgeworth, earlier you claimed that Mr. On Guard knew of the existence of this note because he was spying on the victim. Isn't that right? Thank you! Thank you! Shouldn't Edgeworth be the one to prove this? Like, we said that last week on Thursday, right? Where it's like the plausibility, the proof of plausibility now lies with the prosecution. Yeah, this case isn't perfect. It's for the drama. I get it. Isn't that right? If that were true, then this means Mr. On Guard would have known that the victim had forged the note. Ah! Get got.
So then the defendant knew this suicide note was a fake. And if that's true, then the situation has suddenly changed in a very dramatic way.
Exactly, Your Honor. The prosecution's theory as to what Mr. On Guard's motive for murder was, it has suddenly disappeared into thin air. But Your Honor, it is not as if Mr. On Guard monitored Mr. Corrida 24 hours a day. Perhaps the victim wrote the note in a place Mr. On Guard didn't know of. Well, right back at you, Mr. Edgeworth. Why don't you show us some proof that the victim made the forgery at an unknown place? He's so constipated. He's a Virgo.
Order, order, order! Mr. Edgeworth, it looks like this time it is you who has dug his own grave.
As I figured.
Huh? As you figured?
As I figured, it came down to this after all.
Mr. Edgeworth, you are not making any sense.
Edgeworth, me? Prove? The only thing I need to prove is my guilty verdict, not this toy bear. No, no, no. Nonsense. Nonsense. I don't need to prove anything. Just this toy bear, or just this verdict. Give the verdict, please. Please. pretty please. When I heard the results of the handwriting analysis, I thought this might happen. The question is, what next? What next? If the prosecution can't prove Mr. Onguard's motive through the evidence, then we must prove it from another angle.
Well, I agree with you there.
Your Honor, the prosecution would like to call a witness to the stand at this time.
Oh, well, that's fine.
However, this witness is a little unusual. Edgeworth's stuttering? This is not like him at all. It's kind of cute.
Unusual? What sort of person is this? What sort of witness is this person, Edgeworth?
Hi, Nim! Happy Tuesday. This witness is one who is perfectly fit to answer once and for all the question of who was it that hired Shelley DeKiller to commit murder. That's impossible. No such person exists who can answer that question with such certainty. Hey, Greg, what's up?
Yes, Mr. Edgeworth, who is this witness? Yes, go on. Who is it?
The man himself, Mr. Shelley DeKiller.
Oh, Mr. DeKiller. Wait! Shelley DeKiller?
Why did that sound like, hey, hey, hey? The judge's voice is just a stone's throw away from the Fat Albert voice. That dates me so much, but if you know.
You mean the killer? I mean the assassin?
Yes, Your Honor.
He's coming here, to the witness stand.
Well, yes, in a manner of speaking. I recognize that this is a very unusual circumstance, so I ask for your permission.
Well, Mr. Wright.
Yes?
Is this alright with you?
Okay, Greg, I'm glad you knew what I'm talking about. It comes from the same place for me.
Is this alright with you?
Do I have a choice here? I can't really do much else to drag this trial out. The defense has no objections, Your Honor.
I wonder if it really is alright to do this.
You're the judge, you get to say, I think. Very well then. The prosecution calls its witness to the stand. Edgeworth, is there no other way left to us? Now then, witness. Your name and your, occupation, please. This is peak design. The way that it looks like DeKiller, like if I pull up his profile, I mean, we know John Doe is him, right? Like, that's so clever. Who did this? I just want to talk and maybe give them a little smooch. Cute. Very good, sir. My name is Shelley DeKiller, and I am a professional assassin.
I say! What is going on here?
Your Honor.
How can you remain so calm, and what is the meaning of this two-way radio?
Actually, Your Honor, it was delivered to me just now, and it came with a condition. It even has his mustache. It's so good. As long as we do not trace its source, Mr. DeKiller will testify to this court. So this must be what that urgent phone call he got earlier was about.
Oh no, this will not do. I cannot allow this in my court.
We cross-examined a parrot, Your Honor. This is less weird. Her semblance is uncanny.
First of all, we can't even be sure this is really Mr. DeKiller himself.
Witness, please present some sort of proof that you are, in fact, Shelley DeKiller. You didn't realize that before with the picture on the radio? Yeah, isn't that so cute? I understand. Please wait a second. Hey, Tetra! Yeah, have fun at work. I hope new job is treating you well, truly. And don't get overheated. It's supposed to be a warm one today. Radio versus bird fight. Radio's so much more normal than a bird.
I'm so hungry.
Maya! Maya!
A voice. Mr. Wright, can you confirm anything from this?
The defense has no objections to this person. We are satisfied that this man is indeed Shelley the Killer.
It looks like we have run into yet another unexpected turn of events.
Oh, you have AC. That's good. That's really good. I ran mine this morning, like, before stream. I ran it for, like, an hour, because I have, like, an external one. But my apartment's really weirdly set up since I'm in the basement, so I have to, like, instead of sticking the pipe out of a window, I have to, like, stick it out of the door. And so it's like I have to really choose the right time to do that for it to be more powerful than the hot air coming in, you know what I mean? How about cross-examining Mo the Clown? I don't want to think about that. That's the worst part of Mo's character, is cross-examining him. Everything else about him is fine.
Well, it doesn't seem like we have too many choices under these circumstances, so...
Now then, witness. There is one thing I would like to confirm before we speak of anything else. And what would that be? At the request of a client, you killed Mr. Juan Corrida. Is this correct? It is as you say. I did indeed kill Mr. Corrida. The basement is pretty cool. Yeah, it's really one of my few complaints, like, about being specifically in the basement. There are other things about the basement that kind of are, weird, but I don't mind them. Like, there's a lot of spiders, but I don't mind because they eat the other bugs. And then, like, there's some other things, but I'm like, I don't mind it so much. It's just sometimes my neighbors are terrible. Now that we have answered that, let's move on to the name of your client. Very well.
This is all just a bad dream. Yes, that's it, a bad dream.
Everybody's having a bad time during this, except the killer. Shelley the Killer. What is he going to say? There's something I must first state. To an assassin, nothing is more important than the trust between a client and himself. And that is the reason I am here today on this witness stand. It is my wish that you grasp this concept before I give the name of my client. Okay.
Mr. the Killer seems to be a very clever man. I'd almost say he seems to be mocking us.
Maybe a little. While he may appear to be our enemy, Your Honor, Mr. the Killer is only stating the truth. He is no hypocrite. He has always stood by this one belief.
You mean about this trust between his clients and himself thing? It seems to be a level of trust beyond what people like me can comprehend. Well, Mr. Wright, are you ready to cross-examine the witness?
Okay, hold on before we get into the cross-examination. I have to say, I really like, the Killer's, how do I say, his theme of trust works really well into the overarching theme of trust in this game, and especially, like, this case. I really like how he's such a good character anyway, but the fact that he has morals, he has a moral code, but then also that moral code helps to support the main theme of this game, and especially in this finale case, is so good. The Killer's awesome. Yes, Your Honor. There's no way to know what is coming next, so stay cool and collected, Phoenix. Alright. We can hear anything you have to say later. Can you please just tell us your client's... I don't think you understand your place, Mr. Attorney. I said this is something I must first state. Do you know what the word first means? Sorry. Go on.
Well, it appears this is one witness you can't badger, Mr. Wright.
It's only because you don't know about Maya's situation. Nande? The trust between you and your client. I provide my services in a fast and efficient manner. In exchange, I trust that my clients are discreet about me and my identity. If too many people knew my face, it would be quite troublesome.
And that is why you're testifying in this manner.
You failed math. Oh no, I'm so sorry. If it makes you feel any better, I literally, like, when you're growing up and they're like, you won't have a calculator with you all the time, blah, 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 and like, you should learn to do basic math. I have dyscalculia, and I did not realize that until I was like older in my 20s, and now I no longer feel bad for using a calculator for everything. That's what it's there for. This is the first time one of my clients has ever been accused of murder. I must preserve the declared name so that my clients can trust me. But couldn't someone stab you in the back and break your trust? It has never happened before, but if it ever did, yes, that person wouldn't be my client for very long. They would certainly...
That's enough. Please, no more.
Very well. It was only a hypothetical anyway. I don't know, man. I think it might be more true than you want to believe. That seems a little strange to me. I mean, you're about to tell us the name of your client. I would think that this would be very bad for them. It doesn't matter to me. This client has already broken the rules and acted outside of their prescribed role.
Their role?
This person tried to implicate another of the crime in order to save themselves. And this is a trespass that cannot be forgiven.
Who gave you the right to be so high and mighty?
To the gentleman who spoke just now. Excuse me, but would you care to die?
No, I didn't say anything.
The judge had better watch himself. We understand, so please tell us the name of your client. I'm afraid I cannot do that. I still have a few things to say before I do. That egomaniacal... It's not good for your health to be so aggravated. You won't live very long if you let everything bother you, God. Okay, to killer, say less. Somehow, that coming from an assassin makes it less than comforting. I don't really care about all this extra fluff. Just tell us the name already. Patience. Try to calm down a little. It's important to try and understand his mindset. He seems very steadfast and closed, so you're going to have to work to get him to talk. Work, Phoenix. I'm not his therapist, you know. The way that I took that in a totally different route. He was like, oh, therapy. And I was like, ah, yes, work. Okay. So, okay. I have to something's a contradiction. Okay. Okay, so that's another blah blah. Booba. Hold on. Did I think I did just save, but I don't remember it, so I'm gonna do it again. I totally did just save. Okay, that's fair. This evidence clearly reveals blah 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 blah. Okay, that's fine. Is it a person that I need to be presenting? I'm thinking. Is it the card? Okay, no. Am I crazy? Am I supposed to do something here? Okay, hold on. Yeah. God, I cannot... My back has been so weird today. I had a really restless sleep. And I must have been contorted for like half the night. This? I genuinely like don't know what I'm to do. To assassin? Okay, there's something for me. Okay, to assassin, nothing's more important than the trust between the client and yourself. That's the reason I want this witness to is that blah blah blah. Do I present it here? Okay. Don't give me a hint. It's okay if I don't know. For once, I don't know what I'm to do. Do I need to repress? Let's try that. Okay, yeah, we said this already. Okay, let's try this. Truth between your client, okay, discreet, okay. Oh! You said that your client had already broken the rules. There we go, okay. I knew I had to do with this statement. Because this is the only one to do any contradicting with. Okay, sorry, I didn't see what he said before that, but you said your client had already broken the rules. A person who frames another is the worst kind of human. And that's why you feel you can betray this person? I have no trust relation with the client who can't understand their assigned role. Just my luck. An assassin with a conscience. Who would have figured? Now then, everyone, do you think you can understand my logic? This case just keeps getting better and better. If you can't, I'm afraid we can't proceed. Everyone understands your point, I think. Really. In that case, I believe I am prepared to disclose the information you seek. You have made it crystal clear that you value trust over all else. I believe we are ready. Excellent. Okay, hold on. I am gonna just... Wait. Sit myself in a different position, and maybe that will help my back a little. My lower back is killing me, and I must confess. So on my knees, on my knees. Now then, I do believe it's about time I revealed the name of my client. Don't you agree? Yes, I do.
What is it?
Depending on where you're back, you could try putting a pillow behind you. Greg, that's what, if you heard the shuffling at any point, that's what I was doing. And like, my back hates it. I have terrible posture. You know how Roxas stands in Kingdom Hearts 2 where he has kind of his pelvis forward and his upper back is back? That's my posture. So sometimes the pillow helps and sometimes it doesn't. It would have been funny for Phoenix to lose all credibility here. Yeah. Luckily, I remembered that this game makes you press things multiple times sometimes. Now I can't bring myself to ask the client's name. If you can't ask it, Mr. Wright, then I will. Witness. What is the name of your client who requested the murder of Mr. Juan Corrida? That person's name is... Adrian Andrews. What? Witness! That's not who you told me it was earlier. Pray tell, what are you talking about, Mr. Prosecutor? I should think I know my own client, and it is Adrian Andrews. What? This can't be. On the phone earlier. What's going on here? My guess is that Mr. DeKiller just stabbed Mr. Edgeworth in the back. Stabbed Edgeworth in the back? I'm sure in order to get an audience with this court, Mr. DeKiller told him a different name. Matt Ongard, perhaps? I knew it. This is outrageous. I was deceived. This witness is telling a very serious lie.
But you were the one who summoned this witness.
You, Shelley DeKiller. My testimony is the truth. The defendant at the moment is Matt Ongard, am I correct? All I wish to do is help procure his acquittal. Wow. 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 All of a sudden, it feels like we can actually win this. Yeah. But it feels bad.
The prosecution has failed to provide a motive and has instead provided the suicide note, which is a forgery created by the victim. Furthermore, there is a possibility that the defendant himself knew it was a fake. But most definitive of all, we have heard from the assassin himself the name of his client. Mr. DeKiller's client who requested the murder was not the defendant at all.
No.
With all this evidence, it is obvious to me that this means that Mr. Matt Ongard is innocent.
I seem to have caused you all a bit of confusion. Please continue your discussion and call me when you have reached a verdict.
Bailiff, please bring Miss Adrian Andrews in immediately.
What now? With the way this is going, Ongard will be found innocent. This may be our last chance to save Maya. Yeah, but like, do we really throw someone else under the bus? Yeah, but Edgeworth is right. The killer is lying. And Ongard, my client, I know he's guilty. Can I live with myself if I win this?
Who would have believed that the prosecution's own witness would absolve the defendant?
Your Honor, the prosecution requests permission to further question the witness. Surely the killer is certainly lying under oath. It wasn't me! Listen, everyone, please. That testimony just now, it was all one big lie. Ms. Andrews, the suicide note may have been a fake, but that man, Matt, he's the reason Celeste died. And Juan's death, it was all because he got pulled into Matt's twisted world. That testimony just now, you have to believe me. It was a horrible, horrible lie.
But Mr. the Killer himself has testified. He has named you as his client.
No, it's not true.
Also, there was quite a bit of evidence that points to you. The knife and the button, donning the nickel samurai costume.
But that's...
You even have a motive. We know that Miss Celeste Impax was a large part of your life. You wanted to follow her, and you wanted to revenge against the two who hurt her. I would say you have plenty of reasons to want them both dead.
No. Mr. Wright. You know the truth. Tell them. Tell them the real story. Who the real killer is. Tell them. Please. Help me. Yes, I know the truth.
Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor.
I believe we have reached the end of this trial. Therefore, I ask the defense for any final words or opinions.
I have to decide. Do I take the not guilty verdict and save Maya? Or do I throw this chance away and wait for Gumshoe's new evidence? What am I supposed to do? The win won't feel good. And also Maya told us that if we got this guy off on an innocent verdict, that she would be pissed. So, no. Phoenix. I can't do it, Mia. I can't accept a not guilty. You are a lawyer. I know. But Matt Ongard is a killer. A murderer. I can't let him get away with this. I can't let someone else take the fall. If I let Ms. Andrews be convicted, then I'm no better than Ongard. And even though I don't want to admit it, I have to face the fact that it is because of Edgeworth that I now know the real truth. He could have gotten Ongard convicted so many times over, but he never took a single one of those chances. If I take this verdict right now, I'd be betraying his trust. His trust? I never thought about it until now. I trust him. Yes, you do. Look, Mom, gay people. On a side note, I like the rivalry between Edgeworth and the Killer throughout the series. Yeah, I honestly wish we had seen more of the Killer throughout the whole series. Maybe if they make AA7, he'll come back. Even if it's just as a side character.
Mr. Wright, your opinion, please.
The defense requests that we be allowed to further question Mr. the Killer.
Am I hearing you correctly, Mr. Wright?
Right.
But that witness has cleared your client through his testimony. Your job here is done.
I'm not done yet. To see through witnesses' lies and to find the truth. That is my job, Your Honor. There's still more evidence to look at. And I'm sure that once those pieces arrive here in this very courtroom, a miracle will occur.
Very well. The trial will continue. Mr. Edgeworth, please re-establish connection with Mr. the Killer.
Right away, Your Honor. Oh, that's what I mean with the trust. Like they, fun fact about me, is that I love a ship, like a pairing where trust is like the core component of the relationship. You know, I love when, you know, they're bad and they're terrible to each other and shit like that. But I love when trust is like, it's like a negotiated thing, right? Where it's like, even when it's not always perfect, like deep down, that's what it's about. That shit's so delicious, dude. Also, give me 1 second. The outer layer needed to go. It's getting warm in here again. God damn it. Has a verdict been reached? Before that, we would like to talk with you a little more. Hi, Tea Cake, what's up? Narumitsu Nation stays winning. Let's fucking go, dude. Yeah, for real. For real, dude. Seriously. That's so compelling. Especially, like... It's so cool to see them from the last game, even in just, like, 2 games here, of them going from, like, not trusting each other to trusting each other more than they trust themselves. Bye, Tetra, have fun at work. Eat some bread for me. About. All you needed from me was the name of my client. What else could you need me for? Well, actually, we would like to hear everything you know about this case. That is how things are. Usually. Oh, let me try that one again. That is how things are usually done. What is he talking about? Usually done? Yeah, TK, you're in good company.
But what shall we have him testify about now?
Mr. the Killer, if you don't mind, please testify about your client in more detail. You legal people and your procedures. Is it any wonder no one likes to go to court? As I've already stated quite a few times, Adrian Andrews is my client. However, one thing I simply cannot overlook is tampering with the scene of the crime. My client did it to frame another for the crime. While pretending to be the first person to discover the body and enter the scene, Adrian Andrews already knew from the very beginning that Juan Corrido was dead. But even more appalling is the creation and planting of the knife and button. That act is what I was referring to when I said my client had broken the rules. Do you have a rule book? I'd love to see it. I'm just curious. It doesn't even have to do with this trial.
This is the most unexpected turn of events for the 5th time now.
He's so real. Stop. The judge is so real. Oh, fuck.
However, this time everything has been finally been revealed.
No, it hasn't. Just a second, Your Honor.
Yes, Mr. Edgeworth?
We still have the cross-examination to do.
But you don't need to question testimony like this. Do you, Mr. Wright?
Your Honor, the defense will question the witness. As if I have a choice here.
Huh? Why? What this witness has said is nothing but beneficial to the defense's case. If you scrutinize the testimony, then
I'll expose the lies in that oh-so-beneficial testimony, I suppose.
I don't understand what's going on anymore.
That makes 2 of us. That's so funny. Iconic. Shut up for a second. I just want to save. I want to save again. Okay.
What is it, Mr. Wright?
If I press him the wrong way, it might raise suspicions on his end. But I have to do something to waste more time. Witness. About requesting a hit. Yes. How much is your fee? I think there's a glitch happening on YouTube. I could see 1,000k views for a second. Well, first of all, hi Zen. Second of all, I don't doubt it. YouTube always be glitching. It was glitching yesterday. And I wasn't even streaming. I was just like watching a video. They're losing control of its power. I see you are also quite a dark-hearted man, Mr. Attorney. Huh? If you would like to talk about business, we can do so after the trial. No. I'm not thinking of hiring...
Mr. Wright!
Yes?
You want to kill me. You want me dead, don't you?
What? Why would you think something like that, Your Honor?
Guilty. Mr. Phoenix Wright, you are hereby declared guilty.
Dun, 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 dun. Can you imagine? Witness, let's continue. Why did you disclose the name of your client? They are your client, are they not? Oh, hey! Everybody's popping in. Everybody's here for the finale. You're tired. Don't be afraid to go to bed if you need it. I know it's late your time. I would think that most people wouldn't be able to overlook a person hiring another to kill. If I had a problem with such a thing, I wouldn't be very effective at my job. Yeah. Well, a change in occupation might be good for you. However, I will say this. Even though I am the one that does the deed, my clients are always the real guilty party. That goes without saying, Mr. the Killer. And their fate is to live with the knowledge of their guilt on their shoulders. However, my client this time thought that they could run away from their guilt. Are you talking about the button and the knife? Yes, and my business card. Oh, this card. So that no one has to waste their time, including the police. I always make it a point to make things as easy as possible.
You try to make things easy?
My business card makes it very easy to identify who carried out this service. He's pretty devoted to his work. Honestly, he is. He has morals. But to disregard everything, to go and stab the deceased with a knife, and even hide my card from sight, that is something I cannot overlook. It's really hard to tell if he's being truthful or not without him being here. So you're saying most clients wouldn't do such a thing? That is correct. Usually, most people try to create an alibi for themselves. If you should use my services, Mr. Attorney, If you should use my services, Mr. Attorney, I would suggest you plan for your alibi too. No, I already told you, I have no intention of using your services. Ever. Why does he keep looking at me like I'm the one on trial here? From the very beginning? That is correct. From before my client visited the room. All of my clients know precisely what the situation is at all times. I wonder if that's really true. That's odd. But even more appalling is okay. So why do you think your client did that? What do you mean by why? Well, fiddling around at the scene of a crime is pretty risky. And why would someone who has requested a murder go to the crime scene anyway?
That is true.
I assume it was probably done to frame Mr. On God. If that's the case, then why didn't the person just request that you do it? Sadly, that is not possible. Huh? My job is to kill, that is all. And to leave my business card behind, naturally. The business card is so my clients may escape blame. To protect them is my duty. Even if they say it's for revenge, setting someone else up to take your fall. I just imagine him doing the... And that's all you have to testify? Yes, and I pray that I will never be called to the stand again. Again? As in you plan to continue? I must, as I have yet to find a person to take my place and become the fourth successor. Actually, how would you like a new life, Mr. Attorney? There is an artist, I don't know who it is, but if you know who it is, please tell me. But there was an artist once who drew a, like, what if, like, you get the bad ending and Phoenix did become the killer's, like, 4th successor. I'm obsessed with that. That's actually such a cool AU. He wouldn't, but, like, what if, though? What if, though? You know? Excuse me? No. I'm fine, really.
Are you really now?
I wonder what kind of man the judge thinks I am now. What are you going to do now, Phoenix? All I can do now is expose the lies. That's true. However, you realize that will be very bad for our client, right? I'm so confused. But the one thing I know for sure is that I can't let this trial end yet. There was a fic? If you know where to find that, you should send it to me. I know there was an art. Because I was like, oh, actually, you know what? I think I might follow this person. I think they're a Chinese artist that also speaks Japanese. I think I follow them. I'll have to look it up later. Did I? No, what did I say? Okay. This is not right. Because she would not have left the fingerprints here. This one I know. Thank you so much for taking the time to testify, Mr. DeKiller. What is the meaning of that attitude? When Adrian Andrews entered the victim's room, her client had no idea that Juan Morita had been murdered. God help me. Your client had no idea that Juan Corrida had been murdered.
But how? How do you know that?
From this wine glass, Your Honor.
The glass.
Mr. DeKiller's supposed client thought Mr. Corrida had only fainted, which is why this glass of tomato juice was poured for the victim.
But isn't that just a part of Adrian Andrews' calculated plan?
That's not possible, Your Honor. This glass bears the fingerprints of that person. Had this been planned, they would never have left their fingerprints behind.
I see your point. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion?
Strangely enough, I had the same exact thought just now. Witness, how do you explain this strange phenomenon? Isn't it a waste of time to ask about such a minor detail? It's not a very important point anyway, correct? I'm afraid you are mistaken. If Adrian Andrews really is your client, as you claim, then your client should have had knowledge of Mr. Corrida's death. If not, then that can only mean that Adrian Andrews was never your client at all. I mean, this is a jump in logic, but like, okay. How strange.
Yes?
Why is it that the attorney has yet to raise an objection at this absurd situation? Phoenix, if the killer figures out what we're up to, we're in real trouble. Yeah, I know. Mr. Edgeworth, I'm surprised. You know you can't say things like that without any evidence. Sorry.
Well, that was an awfully weak objection for the two of you.
Anyway. He's just like me for real. Stop. Are you serious? Oh my god. Unfortunately, Edgeworth and I have the same personality type, and it shows. Anyway, I am positive there was a contradiction in that testimony. The prosecution requests further testimony concerning when the request was taken. Very well. Right now, I have to buy us more time. While we wait for the items the killer left behind to get here. I just know that the very outcome of this trial lies with those items. This request came to me, about a week ago. It was a request for my services on the night of the awards ceremony. We met at a certain bar to discuss and finalize a few matters. That is what occurred. I trust my memory, and I believe I had made no mistakes.
So you physically met your client, huh?
That is correct. Meeting one's client is the first step to building trust, in my opinion.
I see. Well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please.
That part's definitely not a lie as far as, like, he meets his clients, because he did say earlier that, like, he's in danger, like, it's a mutual trust thing because they know what he looks like, so that part at least isn't a lie. But whether he met with Adrian or not is the thing we have to contradict. 1 week ago. Are you sure? Yes, I am quite sure. I, of course, had my own preparations, and I was barely able to finish. When you request my services, Mr. Attorney, I hope you will keep that in mind. Please, stop. In any case, my client this time had a very specific date and time in mind. Yeah, whenever the music for this cross-examine, like, changes to the Allegro, you know you're getting closer to some... Oh, love that. Love that. These games are so good. A very specific date and time in mind. A specific date and time. Did you ask why on that specific night? No. I try to fulfill all the conditions of my client's request. But as for why, I only had my suspicions. Your suspicions, huh? So what are these suspicions you had? Why did your client request that night? I'm sure it was all for the bear. The bear? My client spoke of it. I'm sure there will be a bear-shaped figurine in Juan Corrida's room. I would like you to retrieve that item for me. He must be talking about this bear puzzle. Inside that figurine was a suicide note. Naturally, the victim brought it with him to his hotel room. He was planning to publicly disclose its contents at the press conference, after all. That is correct. And if I had not done the job that night, I would not have known where that bear figurine was. I see.
Well, Mr. Wright, was the testimony just now of any importance?
I feel like... Let's go ahead and add it. The testimony just now has made one thing clear. And that is... the client knew the secret of the bear figurine. Huh? Oh, why is everyone so quiet?
Mr. Wright, I think all of us already knew that.
Oh, really? I thought he was just gonna add it to the testimony and I could press it further. My bad. Sorry. So you physically met Adrian Andrews, right? Of course I did. What was that? What was with the brief pause? Now I'm gonna press you further. Witness, I would like for you to give us a few more details. I always meet my clients as a matter of principle. I have never taken a request by telephone or mail. Do you do Zoom calls? And why is that? That's because I value the trust between a client and myself above all else. And the only way to establish that is to speak to the client while looking them in the eye.
Well, Mr. Wright, was the testimony just now of any importance?
I think so. Of course. It was very important, Your Honor. If Mr. DeKiller had met his client before the murder, then it's unlikely he's mistaken.
So you're saying that his client...
I guess so. You see, it is just as I said, that's not. I'm so lost. Who the heck am I what the heck is going on around here? Who the heck am I supposed to be helping here? Calm down, Phoenix. Think carefully and... Chill! Chill, she said. Think carefully and relax.
Now then, would the witness please continue? You fucking idiot.
So your client was Adrian Andrews? I mean, at least we're getting the fun dialogue, right, guys? That is correct. Well, he says the two of them met. But if they did, then there shouldn't be anything wrong with DeKiller's testimony. Well, there doesn't seem to be anything strange this time around. You have to draw more information from him, but you can't draw his suspicion. If you can do that, you should be able to find a flaw in his testimony somewhere. Talk about a delicate balance. I have to do this again? Okay, let's go through again. Are you sure? Yes, quite sure. Barely able to finish. That sounds like you should talk to a doctor. Even if I ask about them, only a guess. That's fine then. This is the statement that I'm like, so you physically met Adrian Andrews, right? Of course I did. Yeah, because he hesitates here. Witness, I would like you to give us a few more details. Okay. Okay, and you looked this person in the eye. Let's say it's not important. What happens? Why he meets his clients is not important, and that wasn't the point. Witness, please stop sidestepping my questions. What do you mean by that? My question was, did you really meet Adrian Andrews in person? I have already told you, Mr. Wright. I did. It was only through talking with him face to face that I began to trust him. That's when I thought, I can trust this person as a client.
It's true what they say about talking face to face. Well, Mr. Wright, was the testimony just now of any importance?
Yes, that was super important. If I heard what I think I heard just now, then I think I've got him. I'd be so curious to hear what this is. First of all, in the Japanese, but in the Chinese, because ta is he, she, and it. Like, it's technically only by writing that you can tell the difference, but the tone is the same for all of them. So if they were just speaking and this wasn't written, that would be so curious. So I wonder what they did. Your Honor, I believe the testimony just now was of the utmost importance.
Huh? Really?
If that's the case, witness, please include the statement just now in your testimony. Very well. Oh, King. Oh, dear. He's like... What's the fucking thing from, Dylan? Got to push in too many pencils again, eh? Like, and then... Is that the guy? Is his name Adrian? Is it that movie? Or is there another movie? I feel like, Arnold Schwarzenegger was in a movie and played a character named Adrian, but maybe I'm crazy. Maybe that was Rocky. I don't remember. Anyway, I would like to go over this one more time. You met Adrian Andrews at a bar and took the request at that time? Yes, that is correct. And that's when you thought he was trustworthy. How many times must I repeat myself? Yes, that is correct. I'm sorry, but that is an impossible tale. What? It's... Oh, okay, thank you. Yeah, it was Rocky. Okay. Shelley DeKiller. You have never met the real Adrian Andrews. Sylvester Stallone. Is that how you say that name? Why would you say that? Because you made one very big slip-up. About her. So what is the issue? What did you say just now? About her. No, about her. He just starts making fun of his British accent. The court suddenly gets super Brit-phobic. That'd be really funny. If you had ever met Adrian Andrews in person, one look would have told you that she's a woman.
Order! Order in the court! Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this?
This witness testified to the following. That he always meets face-to-face with his clients when taking their request.
But he has never met Adrian Andrews in person.
Yes, Your Honor. That is exactly the point. He's lying. That means Mr. DeKiller's client could not have been Ms. Adrian. Now I'm saying it like a fucking fool. Could not have been Ms. Adrian Andrews. Ew. I forgot he does that. That's so gross. Ugh.
Mr. Edgeworth, I understand your logic on this one.
Yo, Adrian. Okay, yeah. Thank you, Yoni. However,
However, why would the assassin make such a basic mistake?
I believe it has to do with her name, Your Honor.
Her name?
Yes, Adrian Andrews is, without a doubt, a very androgynous name.
Yes, I see.
Unluckily for Mr. DeKiller, the entire time he was on the stand, no one had stated Adrian Andrews' gender. And so, he simply picked the wrong gender to go with.
What? What is going on?
What the heck is going on around here?
Shelley DeKiller. This court demands an explanation.
I think somehow I must have mixed up this client with another. So does that mean you remember something different now? Yes, of course. Please, if you would allow me to testify once more. I know he's just going to spit out more lies.
Very well, but this time please give us the truth and nothing but the truth.
Yeah, I saw Rocky when I was a kid. So I don't remember much about it. Yes, now I remember. I took that request by mail. There have been times when I took a job without having met my client. The request was for the murder of Juan Corrida and 2 or 3 other small things. When I saw the name at the end of the letter, I thought my client to be a man. Liar!
So you took this job through a letter?
He didn't mention anything about a letter in his earlier testimony, which means he's definitely lying. Be careful, Phoenix. If you break the assassin's testimony completely, it's over for us. I know. I can't make him suspicious, but I think we're okay. Like, we can do this. Did anyone tell them that Pride Month is over? I think they missed the memo. What the heck? This is so... What the hell, dude? Are we at a wedding? Are they getting married right now? What is wrong with both of you? You guys, pay attention. Pay attention. We're in the middle of a very important trial. Amaya's like, I wonder what they're up to. Every month is Pride Month for them. You know what, Nev? You're so right. It's perpetual summer. It's perpetual June. I mean, where I live, our Pride Month is actually August, which is stupid because August is the worst weather here. It is hot and dry and everything's dead. They're married, Your Honor. Yeah. If they aren't, they're about to be. I can't even deliver this line because this is so... The feelings that they have are so intense. Like, damn, okay. As long as he's standing there across from me, no matter how strong of a punch I throw, he'll counter it.
Now then, let's begin the cross-examination.
I just think of that art that's an official art that, Nim, it's on the bag I got you. That's like the 2 of them back to back on the scales, the judicial scales pointing like that. Gay people. But didn't you just say that you always meet your clients? Yes, I suppose I did say that. However, there are some clients for whom a meeting is simply not possible. But didn't you meet your client this time? No, I did not. Oh, come now. Let's stop with this game of cat and mouse. Using your silkiest voice on me is not... Using your silkiest voice is not going to work on me. That art is so good. Alright then, just cough it up and confess.
Mr. Wright, you can't badger a witness with such harsh words.
Yeah, silkiest voice is so... the killer. Old man Yowie. I can't.
You're a lawyer, so behave like one and present evidence instead of mindlessly yelling. Now then, do you have any proof that Mr. the Killer met with his client?
I don't know that I do. No, because the card, right? No, because he leaves that at the scene. I don't think that I do. For now, let's say no. I'm sorry, Your Honor. Unfortunately, I don't have any proof.
I see. Then your line of questioning was just another waste of time.
Sadly for us, Your Honor, that is the nature of right and wrong. Boo! And why could you not meet certain clients? Recently, I have been receiving more requests. If I met each and every client, I would lose some nice business opportunities.
Nice business opportunities?
On top of which, the times have changed. It is now the age of information and computers, correct? Well, I have joined the times and now take requests via electronic mail.
Electronic mail? Do you have to mail that in a special insulated envelope?
I'm very sorry. I despise the shortening of words. What I meant by electronic mail is what is commonly referred to as an email.
Email?
In a contest of Mercury, the judge would beat a parrot, hands down. The localizers for the trilogy were amazing, and one of them is named Brandon Gay, so... Sorry, readjusting my sitting position again. This is what it's like to be old. Just kidding. It's what it's like to have white trash jeans. Anyway, so you took this job without having met your client, and... Requests for the two or three other small things. 2 or 3 other things? Yes. And what were those other things? A few other things that have nothing to do with this case. What should I do? Should I let him slide with that?
We'll just fall over.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna worry about it, I guess. It'd be really bad if I pushed his buttons the wrong way and he got mad. Let's push. Whether or not they're related to this case is for the court to decide. Mr. Attorney. Yes? Everything I have said from the beginning has been nothing but beneficial to your client. Which is why I wonder what is pushing you to continue with this cross-examination. Could it be that you are planning to betray your own client? Brandon Gay literally sounds like an Ace Attorney character, yeah. That's... I smell the stench of a backstabber. And should you turn out to be one... Wait. Uh-oh. This is looking really bad. I shouldn't press my luck. Alright, I have to think. Is this worth pursuing? We'll let it go for now. The killer sounds like one sharp man. I should try to find a better way to do this without making him suspicious. We can come back to it.
Let's continue with the testimony. Witness, if you please.
So you're saying that you never saw your client's face? Not even once? I did. Once. It was when I went to give my client the figurine.
Yes, I see.
But Miss Andrews was wearing a mask at the time.
A mask?
The nickel samurai mask, I'm guessing.
Mr. Wright, what do you have to say about this? Do you have any problems with this piece of testimony?
I don't think that there's a contradiction here because she was wearing the costume and we knew that she had the mask on. I think I can pull something out of what he said, but it would be really bad if I did something and made him mad over something so trivial. There are no problems with the testimony, Your Honor. We've pretty much reached the end of our rope here. Huh? It seems like we're still okay to me. You gotta go, but enjoy the rest of the day. Bye, T! Thanks for hanging out. Hope you have a good rest of your day. And that's what exactly is so bad. At the rate we're going, we will end up completely destroying the killer's lie. If we do that, you already know how serious of a situation that will put us in. Oh yeah. All I can do now is pray that those items reach us in time. Okay. Alright. Because I don't think we have anything that contradicts, like, and then that other statement, he had never seen her face because she had the mask on. Makes sense because there was that picture of her in the hallway and she had the mask on. So that tracks. So it has to be this. 3 other things. Yeah. What were the other things? A few things that had nothing to do with the case. I'm going to push it. Push it to the limit. Mr. Turney. Yes. Could it be that you're going to betray your own client? Like a bitch. Okay. I think this is the only thing that we can pursue. Witness, this is a very important matter. Please cooperate and tell us what these other jobs your client requested were. If it's truly that important, I suppose I don't have much of a choice. The bear figurine. The bear figurine? After the assassination of the target, I was to find that figurine. I was told that this job was just as important as the actual killing. And where was that figurine? It was inside Mr. Corrida's suitcase. And then, what did you do next? I handed it over to my client right away. You gave it to your client. Interesting.
This information certainly sounds important to me. Witness, please include what you just stated in your testimony.
As you wish. Those find the bear figurine and give it to Adrian Andrews, but we found it at Matt's house, right? I found this figurine at Mr. Ongard's mansion. If you gave it to Ms. Andrews, then what was it doing there? I was waiting for her there. That was also part of the plan to frame Mr. Ongard, I'm sure.
That makes a lot of sense. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have any problems with this piece of testimony?
I'm thinking. I wish this one had a history. Alright. Let's just keep pursuing this. So the killer says he gave the figurine to Ms. Andrews. But I know somewhere in that statement there's a contradiction. And yet, I know that if I present something trivial here, he will cut the connection on his end. If you want to make a strong point, Phoenix, you have to present strong evidence. She's right. So now what, Dr. Wright? Show the badge. No, okay. This does not contradict it because if Adrian is the client, let's pretend she's the client, she would have wanted the bear to give to Juan. Or no, well, no, I mean, that isn't correct, but I don't think this is the thing. This is not it. This is no longer relevant. An article from the tabloid Gossipland I don't think is relevant anymore either, but let's just double check. Okay, no. I mean, I guess, like, couldn't she have gotten it herself, but okay. That's irrelevant. Empty, there's some water. This is, I think, irrelevant as well. This we've kind of already used. I don't think it has anything to do with this. I don't think it's this. But wouldn't giving it to Matt weaken the evidence against him because he doesn't know how to open it? Frick. Alright. I'm probably wrong. Witness, let's go over this one more time. Maybe I'll figure it out doing that. You gave Ms. Andrews the bear figurine, and she told you to take the bear and wait for her at On Guard Mansion. Is that correct? Yes. Where are you going with this? Well, I think maybe you might have remembered a few things incorrectly.
What?
This is a battle of wits. I can't let up on him. I don't think it's possible for Ms. Andrews to have been the recipient of this bear. And why is that? If that's the case, why would that be? Is it the bear itself? Like, the bear itself feels the most... This feels the most correct. Oh, thank God. Woo. Yay! Yippee! Watch it be wrong. Shelley to Killer. If you were really given the bear to Ms. Andrews, then this item should not have been inside it. Yeah, right? You already forgot what you did here. Don't worry, I got it. Don't worry, I'm a genius. I'm actually... This item. I see where you're going. Yep, that's where I'm going.
Where's everyone going? Do I need to pack a suitcase?
Your Honor, please think back to Ms. Andrews' testimony. And I was going to burn it, for her sake. Even for a single minute, this bear had actually been in Ms. Andrews' hands, I'm sure she would have taken the suicide note out and burned it.
Order! 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 So that's where you two were going. I thought you were going to get married finally.
So by the fact that this suicide note was still inside the bear, it tells us that your client didn't know how to disassemble the puzzle.
Which means?
It means, Your Honor, that it is impossible for Adrian Andrews to be the client. He says,
Order! Order! Order!
Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'm sure I mentioned this before, how I hate traitors above all else. I think your cross-examination has clearly demonstrated something to me. You must wish to break your end of our agreement. No, that's not. That's enough. If that is your intention, there is only one thing for me to do. Wait, please. Gentlemen, ladies, please excuse me. I have a matter that I must attend to. No, please, not that. Please wait. Mr. Attorney, bring this trial to a speedy end and I may stay my hand. Otherwise...
What in the... Mr. Wright, are you...
Don't worry, Your Honor, I'm just constipated.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, Your Honor.
I didn't understand this witness's outburst just now. Do you think there was a need to hear more testimony, or is this enough?
Well, we should... Edgeworth, we can't do this. If we keep this up, Maya, she'll... The prosecution...
What has come over everyone? Even you are...
The prosecution rests. Damn. Edgeworth cares so much about Maya too, dude. I feel like that's something we need to also talk about, right? Is like, Phoenix is not the only one to have won over Edgeworth in game 1. He also cares about Maya. Like, their friendship is awesome. I wish that the games had given us a little more. Thankfully, fic writers are really good about it, but like, they clearly are. I don't know. You'll see more in the 3rd game too.
What is going on around here?
What the heck is going on around here?
The prosecution has no further questions, Your Honor.
What? Well, I never thought I'd see the day. This is a most unusual situation. If the prosecution rests with no further questions, then the prosecution has failed to uphold its stance.
Just like, this means so much, dude. Edgeworth's character growth is like fantastic. What a guy.
If that is the case, then, even though I am reluctant, I must believe that Mr. DeKiller's testimony is accurate. That would mean that Shelley DeKiller's client is Adrian Andrews. Mr. Wright.
Hold on, I'm tying up my hair. Yes, Your Honor.
If I end the trial here, right now, then your client, Matt Ongard, would be declared innocent. And in his place, Adrian Andrews would be charged with murder.
Ms. Andrews would be charged with murder.
The prosecution has no further questions, so we will now hear the defense's final remarks. Bailiff, please bring the defendant, Matt Ongard, to the stand.
The items from Mr. Let me try that again. The items from DeKiller's hideout didn't make it in time. We tried as hard as we could, but it looks like our time has run out. I can't believe it. The outcome now lies in your hands. I hate you. Dude, did the old guy finally decide?
To be honest, I can't think of you as a truly innocent and good person. You have done enough evil to drive a woman to suicide. But, at least on the charge of murder, it would appear you are innocent.
So, I guess even the old fuddy-duddy figured me out.
Mr. Ongard?
What an atrocious lawyer I have, giving his own client up like this. And that refreshing like a spring breeze crap is just as atrocious, don't you agree? He's like, you're no Will Powers. Anyway, get on with it and pronounce me innocent already. Right, Mr. Lawyer? Should I side with justice? Or should I save Maya's life?
You better get Ongard a guilty sentence, okay?
But if I did that, Maya will die. But if I say he's innocent, then Ms. Andrews will be charged as the murderer. Do I say he's guilty or not guilty? Either choice I make, someone's life is going to end. It all hinges on what I choose. Oh god. Oh dear. I need to get new earbuds.
Now then, Mr. Wright. Let's hear the defense's final statements on this matter. If the person who hired the assassin was Adrian Andrews, then your client, Mr. Matt Ongard, is innocent.
There's no need to ask, old man. After all, my lawyer is going to say what I want, aren't you? Right. I can't do this. But I have to decide something. I can't count on the evidence to help me anymore. I have to listen to my heart. My client, Matt Ongard, is... This is so good. This is so good. Shu Takumi, I kiss your face. Mwah, 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 mwah. This is so juicy. Because the first game, Phoenix didn't really have, like, a lot of personality or morality that we really had to worry about, except, like, I'm gonna save Edward, I'm gonna save Maya, blah, blah, blah. Like, it was a little more shallow. For them to just, like, crank it into max gear in this case, for this game, is so good. If I were Phoenix, I'm gonna do it this way. Because I also want to, like, do the bad ending, but my voice also has its limits. If I were Phoenix, because Maya, her living will was for me to get this guy a guilty verdict, if Maya lives, she is never going to be part of my life again. You know what I mean? And, like, it's bad. You know who the person who suffers the most here is? Pearl. Right? But I think Maya would want us to uphold our moral code, right? So I would feel pressure to fulfill this person's potential dying will, since it's been explicitly said to me. Because, honestly, just because we get her out now does not mean she's safe from On Guard. TBH. So, and also, how many other people is Matt On Guard gonna fucking hurt if he gets out? Fuck this guy.
We are waiting for your answer, Mr. Wright. Matt On Guard, your client deserves an answer.
Maya, I'm sorry. Matt On Guard is... Yeah, let's go! Franziska von Karma! She definitely did, like, ripped open her stitches when she did that. Sorry, I missed the judge's line there. She definitely ripped open her stitches, throwing out her arm like that.
What is going on now?
You see now, don't you, Mr. Phoenix Wright? This is exactly why you should never take your eyes off of that scruffy fool. Did you bring them? The final pieces. Do you have them? You should know better than that to ask that, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. A Von Karma is perfect in every way. The evidence is here in perfect condition. Don't worry about Scruffy. He's fine, and his injuries are minor. All of the items are inside this. She's turning British because I was doing To Kill Her. All of the items are inside this.
What a filthy old coat this is.
That's Gumshoes. I can spot his tattered rags anywhere. I apologize for its ugliness, but there was nothing else to wrap the items in. I fought long and hard this whole trial. All for what is inside that raggedy coat. I'm sure that inside that coat lies a crucial piece of evidence. Your Honor, inside that filthy coat are the defense's final pieces of evidence.
Your final evidence?
Look at Matt's pose. Cunty.
This trial is already over. All that remains is for me to hand down my verdict.
Gumshoe, concussion, broken arm. Yeah.
I do not believe that any evidence presented now would change the outcome of this trial.
What? Your Honor, it is our duty to examine every piece of evidence, down to the last. I request that Ms. Von Karma be allowed to present these pieces of evidence.
I suppose you're right, Mr. Edgeworth. I grant permission to do so. However, this one obvious rule applies here. If these items do not bring up any new points, then they will not be accepted by this court. Now, Ms. Von Karma, if you please.
These pieces of evidence are items left by the killer during his escape from the police.
He must have been in quite a rush.
Yes, Your Honor. The killer left 3 pieces of evidence.
Somewhere among the evidence we're about to see, there will be something that will turn this whole situation around. Like a miracle. I'm sure of it. That is all we can hope for.
The first item is a pistol.
Does the killer's pistol have anything to do with this case? We don't need more details. The only time the gun was involved was shooting Francisca. She's the only one who cares about that. I'm pretty sure there was no gun involved in this case. There's no real benefit to hearing about it. Please present the next piece of evidence.
The second piece of evidence is this videotape.
I bet the killer took that from On Guard Mansion. Have you checked the contents of that tape?
Unfortunately, there was no time to.
Oh yeah.
But I would speculate that this tape is very important.
Why would you say that?
Because he came back to his hideout for it.
Did the killer went back for it?
That's right. It looks like he was trying to recover it. He injured 3 of the officers at the site. But somehow it looks like they managed to protect it from the killer. Shelley the killer is no ordinary man. The last piece of evidence is this bellboy's uniform.
I accidentally gave her a British accent again, I'm sorry. I don't think we really need more details about this. We already know he was the bellboy. I don't think this is going to help us much at all. Thank you very much, Ms. Von Karma. I think that's enough.
That is all I have to present, Your Honor.
It's just as I thought.
And what is that, Your Honor? If they were truly more evil, they would just oof Maya right now. Truly. Well, like, the killer does have a moral code. That's what I'm saying, though, right? Like, Matt would, but the killer wouldn't.
I'm sure, were we under normal circumstances, these items from Shelley the Killer's hideout would be very important clues. However...
Also, I think, didn't the killer, didn't he disconnect already?
Our question is not who did the killing.
It is, who is the client?
Yes, that is correct. And these 3 items do not tell us anything about that. Thank you for your hard work, Ms. Von Karma. You may step down now.
Wait, Your Honor. Please allow me to examine this new evidence.
Overruled. This court already has all the evidence it needs to hand down a verdict.
Wonderful. Absolutely splendid. This judge is such a brilliant man, isn't he? Is this the end? Phoenix. I knew it. There's no such thing as a miracle in this world, is there? I think you're wrong. I think they do exist. But you have to make that miracle happen. It's just like Princess and the Frog. Have you never seen that, Phoenix? He's like, no, I haven't seen that one. Yeah, you should watch it. It's really good, actually. They kind of rushed some things on it, and there are too many characters, but it's actually, the music is really good. You've come this far. You can't give up now. But no matter how you think about it, it's try. For my sake. Just think about it for a second. There are 2 ways out of this situation for us. 2? The first... Make On Guard wish from the bottom of his soul for a... Let me try that again. Make On Guard wish from the bottom of his soul for a guilty verdict. Huh? The killer will always place his client's wishes first. If On Guard himself wishes to be convicted, then he will let his hostage go. That may be true, but that's asking me to do the impossible. The second way,
forced the killer to end his contract with Engard. If the killer were to no longer think of Engard as his client, then he would let Maya go. Mia, that's even more impossible. He's a man who values his duty toward his client above all else. I know both of these seem like impossible feats at first, but if you could make either one happen, it would truly be a miracle. The bigger problem is, the judge has already said he doesn't need any more evidence. The pieces he was just shown, he's not accepting them. Phoenix, think things through from the other side. Isn't that what has always worked for us? The other side. Oh, wait, does she mean... You mean to turn things around? Phoenix, the judge says he doesn't need the evidence. If that's the case, then who does need it? The person who needs the evidence. The defense, prosecution, and the judge. We've seen all the pieces of evidence. And that is how we have come to know the truth. But there's one person who has yet to see them all. And that person does not know the truth. That truth, it may be what will bring about the miracle in the end.
There are no objections to this time, correct? Now then, I will pronounce my verdict.
Why don't we all respectfully sit back and listen, kids? No.
I have already told you, Mr. Wright. This court does not need any more evidence.
I am not saying it is us that needs the evidence, Your Honor.
Then you want to show the evidence to that person?
Yes, Your Honor. Please, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, for you to ask with such passion, I will grant you one chance.
Oh, one chance.
Please show your evidence to who you think is the right person.
That's impossible, to turn the situation around in one try.
One try. That is all I will permit.
Gumshoe doesn't know the truth. Gumshoe's in the hospital.
I have to try to remember everything that has happened up to this point. Think, Phoenix. Think! There must be a way to save Maya while taking Engard down at the same time. It's with technology, Phoenix.
Now then, Mr. Wright, let's not waste any more time. Who would you like to show evidence to?
This man.
I see. And now, tell this court what one piece of evidence you would like to show this person. Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth?
I don't have anything to say to this.
How about you, Miss Von Karma?
Well, I was just shot, so... What do you mean?
I'm afraid I cannot allow the defense to continue.
What?
No one understands what you are talking about anymore.
He was spied on. Oh, I should have chosen the videotape. Lol.
That is enough, Mr. Wright. I will now state my verdict.
This court finds the defendant Matt on guard. We're getting the bad ending anyway. Let's fucking go. I want it. I want it. The bad ending's so good. Okay, so actually the reason I want the bad ending, I want to see if this typo is here. And just like that, the case came to an end. It's been bothering me this whole time. I ran away from the courtroom and wandered the streets alone. No one understands me. I never saw Maya again. The killer is a man of his word, so I'm sure he released her as promised. I heard the verdict of Ms. Andrews' trial a few days later. She was found guilty, of course. Yay? Did I save before the end? I don't think I did, actually. We're gonna have to go through all the... Oh, they fixed it! The miracle never happened. Perhaps it was never meant to. Because the original is the miracle never happened. Because a miracle is something that doesn't exist. Yeah, we'll zoom through it. It's fine. I wanted to check that because people in Danny's Discord were talking about it like as if it were still a typo and it was like this blah 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 blah. Dude, I'm back. Whoa, did we have like a time skip or something? GG. I kill this man. I will kill this man. Yeah, I was like unsure if it was changed, and it has been changed. I would have thought so, but there were people. He's guilty. Guilty as hell, Your Honor. Okay, let's see Francisca's intro again. And now I can read the judge's line properly. We're waiting. Yeah. I am sorry. Bonk. Yeah. You definitely undid your stitches doing that. She was shot in the right shoulder, if memory serves. What are you doing here? Ow! Okay, there we go. Phoenix is an Esper. Suddenly, Haruhi Suzumiya opening starts playing. Bobo ken desho desho honto ga uso ni kawaru sekai de yume ga aru nara tsuyoku naru no yo na 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 issho ni kite kudasai doko made mo jiyu watashi wo mite yo ne. We'll look at the details this time. Does that pistol have any relation to this case? We have yet to perform a ballistics test, so I can't say anything for certain. However, I believe it has something to do with this case. At least with me. Huh? That's the pistol that he used to shoot you, isn't it? That's what I believe, yes. Oh. I kept the bullets they removed from my shoulder as a sort of memento. I'm sure it will be an excellent sample for the test. So that's this pistol that he used to shoot Francisca. Second, yeah, we want to get more deets on this. The killer went back for it. Blah 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 blah. Sure, we'll get more details on this time. Was that used during the crime? I am almost certain it was. There's even a pair of black leather gloves in one of the pockets. There's no doubt about it. The killer was wearing this on the night of the murder. There's one thing I found interesting about this uniform. And what is that? There was a button missing on this uniform. A button? It's a very unique button. I'm sure if we were able to recover it, it would provide us with an interesting clue. Okay, anyway. Blah 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 blah. Okay. Now we'll do the real ending. The answer's the videotape. I'll never forget that it's the answer because of the fucking 9-hour stream that Danny and Megan had, so. I feel better now that I know that that typo no longer is a thing. Turn things around. Okay, the killer needs to see that videotape. Because... Yes. He needs to see that videotape because Onguard's spying on him. Onguard's blackmailing him. And we discussed that, like, with Onguard himself, so we know that that's the case. When he was in the detention center. It never becomes part of the evidence, but it's something that was said that I feel is so striking. Like, wait, what? Okay, I was gonna say that there's no way that's wrong. I think there is some merit in showing this evidence to that witness. Okay.
Bailiff, please bring in the transceiver from earlier.
Alright. It looks like I managed to convince him. Fuck yeah, baby. Alright. Now for real this time. Maya, she's okay, right? Didn't I tell you to concern yourself with bringing about a speedy end to this trial? Now, if I understand correctly, you wish to show me one piece of evidence. Yes. One is all I need. I have here a videotape. It was found at your hideout. I heard you injured 3 officers in your attempt to get this back. That was most regrettable. However, it was an order from my client. I was told to protect that videotape. I thought so. I'm afraid I seem to have failed in that regard. Do you know the contents of this tape?
I was sternly told by my client not to watch it. So I have absolutely no idea. Actually, you're on this tape. Me. There was a video camera hidden at the crime scene. Your actions were being recorded. What?
Is that true, Mr. Wright?
Who was it that planted a camera? Judge.
Phoenix, who is this Maya you've been kept?
You keep mentioning to the...
Who?
Well, the only person who could have placed a camera at the scene of the crime would be your client, naturally.
That was Adrian Andrews.
Be quiet and listen, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Your client specified a place and time for you, isn't that right? Yes. That was so they could film you. I had no idea. Mr. Wright, why would my client do such a thing? I would like to know why. Why did Matt Ongard film the crime scene? The reason why he did that is my ticket out of this whole mess. There's only one reason why your client would secretly film the crime scene. They wanted to blackmail you. Your client once told me something very interesting. We were talking about you, and this is what they said. But I'm no weakling. I don't believe anyone, least of all assassins. You can't handle the truth. Oh, come on now, Mr. Wright. Assassins aren't above blackmail. Yes, that's where the video comes in. With that, I can keep him at bay, and even blackmail him if I want. Bitch. Your client didn't trust you at all. Welcome back. They were thinking of using this video to blackmail you. What do you have to say to that, Shelley DeKiller? Oh. It looks like I was being deceived from the very beginning. Yes, by a natural. That is the kind of person they are. Your client is a person who only thinks and plots of how to use the people around them to protect themselves from any and all dangers that may arise. That is the true nature of your client. I have one question for the witness. Yes. You told us one thing numerous times during your testimony. You said that you detest traitors most of all. Yes, that's right. But what if that traitor was your own client? What would you do then? That's obvious. I would break our contract in that case. And then, that client would become my next target. For the honor of the DeKiller name, even if it takes an eternity. I would follow that person to the ends of the earth to exact my punishment. I see. That's all I wanted to know. So the traitor becomes DeKiller's next target. I get it. This is how we'll turn this case around. Mr. Wright. Yes? My contract with my client is over as of now. I seem to have a new job on my hands. I will now return to you your precious item.
What the? I'm not an item!
Maya, I thought I'd never see you again. Oh, thank goodness. I'm proud of Phoenix for not immediately passing out at that moment.
This trial appears to have come to its conclusion. However, I'm sort of... I don't quite know what just happened there with the client and the witness and... Miss Von Karma, where did that...
She always has you in her sights. Now, I do believe it's time to finally hand down a verdict. I love this. Mr. Ongard, it looks like somehow you got what you wanted. You will finally receive the acquittal you wanted so badly. You should be happy. But before that, I think I would like to make one final statement. Sometime in the near future, one very betrayed assassin may appear before you. Needless to say, that man is very good at what he does. I'm sure you would understand what I mean if you watch this video. Help me. Now then, Your Honor. The verdict, if you please.
Is this alright with you, Mr. Wright?
We have finally reached the end of a very long battle. Whether he's convicted or acquitted, there is no escape for him now. Go on, Phoenix. Plead whichever way your heart tells you. Right, Chief. This is so funny that you can be like, okay, plead him guilty and like lose. Or you can plead him not guilty and have the killer track him down and kill him. This is so wretched. I'm gonna plead guilty just because I want to let Edgeworth win because he helped us so much. Matt Ongard. Even though I'm a lawyer, I cannot make your crime disappear. I think a guilty verdict is appropriate here. Me? My wonderful self. Guilty? Even if you got an acquittal, the instant you set foot outside the detention center, your life would be in danger. No matter which way you look at it, you can't run away from your crime anymore. He should end up...
No! Guilty! Guilty, 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 guilty! Ah!
Either way you look at it, he should die. Because, like, he did not just murder, he, like, did other shit, too. So, I think he would end up getting the death penalty. Like, based on Ace Attorney logic.
As always, it looks like we have uncovered the real truth.
We? I don't remember you helping out much in this.
Mr. Edgeworth, how is Matt Ongard?
I have left Miss Von Karma in charge of his incarceration. I'm sure he's getting a full course meal of whip leather right about now.
Very good. That was a close one, wasn't it, witness?
Yes. I plan to pay my debt to society for my own crime, Your Honor. The first time I was called to the witness stand during this trial, all I felt was despair. She must be talking about the time Edgeworth really went after her. I guess she's trying to forgive him for what he did. This witness, how should I put this? She has an illness. If you're going to say you would choose death, that is of no concern to me. But after that, when I was alone at the detention center, that's the first time I really saw myself for who I am. And today, when the two of you used your combined strength to convict Matt, I felt like I had finally been saved. Wow, this is the first time I've ever seen her smile. I'm really happy that you two were in charge of this case. I really don't know how to express how I feel at this moment. This is the first time I felt comfortable with myself, with who I am. Thank you so much, everyone. I love her. I love her.
It looks like we have resolved everything at last.
What's it called when lawyer or judge has personal reason to get the verdict? I don't know what the legal word is for that, but it'd be bias. There's no impartiality.
As for myself, there are still a few things I'm confused about, but everyone seems to be in good spirits, and that is good enough for me. That is all. This court is adjourned.
Really quick, I just need to get a little bit more water. The judge's voice, dude. I can't wait for him to not be in games.
Okay. We are so back. Alright. You were great out there, Phoenix. What I did out there was right. Wasn't it? This is the first time you've not gotten your client off. You got them a guilty verdict this time. But you have to look past all of that to what's really important. Yeah, I mean, the other thing too is that when it's warm, it gets dry here, and so like the humidity, the best conditions for doing the voice work is cold humidity. And trying to recreate that in here during the summer is kind of impossible. You have to look past all of that to what's really important. You now realize that there's something more than just getting a not guilty, right? Yes, I understand now. Phoenix, think back for a second. Think to the moments before Ms. Von Karma arrived with the final pieces of evidence. Think about the incredible decision you had to make.
Damn it. Now then, Mr. Wright. Let's hear the defense's final statements on this matter.
I can't count on the evidence to help me anymore. I have to listen to my heart. Should I side with justice? Or should I save Maya's life? My client, Matt Ongard, is he guilty or is he not guilty? Those were your choices then. And your answer. Your answer spoke to what being a lawyer means to you. Right. Edgeworth. I have good news. Maya is now safe in police custody.
Really?
Oh my god, hi, welcome back, Pearl. Pearls?
You're telling us the truth, right, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, she's quite safe. She's on her way here as we speak in a patrol car.
Ah! Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya saved! You did it! You really did it, Mr. Nick!
Ow, she punches deceptively hard for a kid.
I believed in you. I kept saying to myself, Mr. Nick will save her. Mr. Nick will save her.
Thanks.
Oh,
What's wrong?
Miss Von Karma.
Dude. I love you, Fran. I'm saving here because I might want to rewatch this scene again later, like this whole ending, so. About earlier, thanks. Ow! Why are you still smiling, Mr. Phoenix Wright? You lost! Your perfect win record has now been crashed. And yet, you are still happy. I don't think you'll ever understand, Miss Von Karma. How dare you! Don't worry. She may in time. After all, I was like that myself until a year ago. Edgeworth. It's because she's nothing but bones. That's a really good point. For my own personal victories and for guilty verdicts. I used every dirty trick in the book, and so my win record remains spotless. But guys, gay people. Damn, dude. A man appeared and stood fast against that selfish me. I fought him in my usual manner and tasted my first defeat. I felt like I had lost everything because of that. And then it was my turn to sit in the defendant's chair. Bye, Greg. Have a good night. And I was saved by that person I called my enemy.
I couldn't forgive myself for all that had happened. So I left the prosecutor's office. And I left that note. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death.
As well you should have. A prosecutor who has shamed himself with defeat should crawl in a hole and die.
But that was not what happened. After I left the prosecutor's office, I finally came to realize something. And it was in that moment of clarity that everything began to change.
What foolish nonsense!
We prosecutors use anything we can to attack the defendant. But every time we did so, no matter how desperate the situation, instead of giving up like most people, that man would hold strong with his undying faith. And then, before I knew it, I began to trust in that man as well.
What? You trusted your enemy?
It doesn't matter how many underhanded tricks a person uses. The truth will always find a way to make itself known. The only thing we can do is to fight with the knowledge we hold and everything we have, erasing the paradoxes one by one. It's never easy. We claw and scratch for every inch. But we will always eventually reach that one single truth. This I promise you.
The truth.
Yes, that's the reason why prosecutors and defense attorneys exist. But I'm sure you knew that already, didn't you, right? That's why you couldn't forgive me. This man who went into hiding. Isn't that right? This man who only had his sights set on victory. Who ran away into the night.
Is Mr. Edgeworth right, Mr. Nick?
You really let me down. When you disappeared, I felt betrayed. The reason I decided to become a lawyer to begin with was because I believed in the things you said to me all those years ago. And you betrayed your own words. That's why, 1 year ago, I made up my mind. I decided that the Miles Edgeworth I knew had died. At least, that's what I told myself.
You pathetic fool! Shut up with your gay shit!
Edgeworth's like, don't worry, she's still closeted.
You pathetic fool!
Miss Von Karma.
I don't want to hear the wretched whimpering of a disgraced loser. A Von Karma is someone who is destined to be perfect. Miles Edgeworth, you are no longer worthy. You are no longer worthy of being a Von Karma. And neither am I. It's over. It's all over.
Francisca threw something on the ground just now. This is an electromagnetic receiver. Isn't that the thing she used to track Detective Gumshoe? I'll return this to the precinct later. There's something else.
Huh? Isn't that Miss Von Karma's whip?
She's so dramatic, dude. I'll never set foot in another courtroom again. I'm sure that's what she's saying by this action. You should keep this right. Okay.
Nick! Maya, I missed you! Maya!
Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya!
Oh, guys, I love them. What a family.
Oh, Nick! I knew you would come through! You got Ungar convicted like I knew you would! And on top of that, you even rescued me!
Well, of course I did. You know I would never desert you. But we sure pressed our luck in this trial. You're really lucky to be standing here.
Whatever. Look, it's over, okay? Besides, if I did croak, I would just come back and haunt you like a bad ghost through Pearly.
Miles, mystic? Is it really that easy to do something like that?
Thanks a lot, Nick.
Don't mention it. Maya,
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth!
I'm relieved you're alright.
Hey, it looks like you've made some real progress, Mr. Edgeworth!
Well, I suppose I'm a little different from who I was a year ago.
Alright. I think it's time we got out of this depressing place.
Huh? Where are we going?
Food, Nick! Food! Grub! Chow! I'm starved! I'm so hungry, even you look like a nice juicy burger on a bun to me, Nick.
You think I look like a burger? I'm a prime rib at least.
Excuse me.
Ugh, choking on water.
Come with us, Mr. Edgeworth, please!
If you insist. Alright, so how about we hit up our usual burger joint?
Don't be silly, Nick!
Huh?
This case messed up that awesome evening and got in the way of my gourmet food. So I've decided that we have to make it up by having another feast.
Another feast?
Come on, Nick! Food!
Gumshoe! Hey pal, sorry to keep you guys waiting. Gumshoe! Are you alright? Yeah, but I'm really embarrassed. I didn't think I would hit a telephone pole of all things. Yeah, that is kind of funny. A telephone pole? Then it wasn't a red light that got him? Yeah, no fucking... If he got like hit by on a red light, he'd be dead. You did it again, city boy. I felt like my dear old heart was gonna give out on me, and I ain't joking. George, yeah, it was more exciting than the very last episode of The Steel Samurai. Edgeworth's like, no, that's not true. Do not. It's not true. Thanks.
Now looky here, Mr. Snooty Prosecutor, don't you reckon you bullied Mr. Rat too hard? If you don't start being a lot nicer to him, he might just kick it. Tonight, even.
I'll keep that in mind. Oh, Maya is Rightworth shipper number 1. Lotta is Rightworth shipper number 2.
Well, come on now, everyone gather around. Y'all are gonna get your picture taken by a genuine professional photographer. Photographer is actually a great word. Looks like Lotta bought herself a new camera. Well, pal, at least we can put this messy case behind us now. Come on, tonight's all about eating, so let's go chow down, pal.
Amen to that, pal. Amen!
You know, when you think about it, you were the one that saved the day, detective. Huh? Me? You really think so?
Hi, Maddie.
He's right. If it wasn't for the 3 items you took, I think this trial would have had a very different ending. Ah, well, you know, it's... Huh? Oh, wait. That's odd. When I ran off with the 3 things from the killer's hideout, I was sure I took 4 things in total, sir.
What? 4?
Yeah, I'm sure I put one of the items in my coat pocket. There was a 4th item?
Oh, come on, y'all. It's over. But boy, I tell you, you really are something else. Between getting accused of murder and getting kidnapped, never a dull moment with you, huh?
You think?
Why does she look so happy about that? You just came in as Matt was declared guilty? Cool. I know you mean rad breakdown about, like, Matt having his breakdown, but I also was like, rad breakdown about Rightworth.
Being shut away for 2 whole days. Aren't you scared?
Yeah, it was really scary. I felt so hopeless. So to keep my mind off of things, I drew a picture. Sounds like you had it rough, gal. So where's this picture of yours?
Yeah, I want to see it. I want to see Mystic Maya's picture.
You know, I don't know where it went.
That's too bad. Well, it's alright. It wasn't anything important anyway.
Sure is nice to finally see them both smiling again. The heat got to me. So fair. Oh. Transceiver. More than meets the eye. Hmm? What is it, Edgeworth? This thing is picking something up. Ah, that's Ms. Von Karma's receiver. Ugh, thanks to her, I had the most awful experience of my life, sir. I can't believe she stuck a tracking device on me. That's odd. Even though you're standing right here, the tracking device seems to be in a different location. Oh, it's probably busted or something, sir. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm afraid it's about time for me to excuse myself. I still have some work to do.
Huh? But Mr. Edgeworth, you haven't even eaten anything yet.
And you've eaten way too much, you glutton. You're gonna kill yourself, Maya. Are you starved for 2 days? You shouldn't eat that much. I had fun tonight. What, you got a date? No, if you'll excuse me. Wait. What? I just want to say thanks, Edgeworth. You really saved me out there. If anyone should be saying thanks, it should be me, right? I feel like words alone aren't enough here. I wonder if there's anything I can give him to express how I feel. This is so wretched. What's this? Thank you. It's all thanks to you two. You and her. I thought that we were having a moment there, and then you brought my sister into it. It's really weird now. You don't need to thank me. I was only doing my job. No, the badge will have its moment in a later game.
It looks like Mr. Edgeworth has left, Mr. Nick. Hey, Mystic Maya. Yes, Pearly? I guess you two can go back to being lovey-dovey, right? You and Mr. Nick, I mean. Pearly, would you cut it out already? You're embarrassing me.
Anyway. So who's paying for this lovely dinner party?
As if you need to ask. Everyone say thank you to Nick.
Huh? Oh, yeah, I'm kind of at the point where I can't even buy instant noodles, pal. So I kind of already put your name on the bill. Pearl, #1 shipper of Maya and Phoenix and not knowing what gay people are. It's okay, she'll get there eventually. This I believe. Listen, when I was 8, I didn't know what the word lesbian is, and look at me now. And look at me now. I love to kiss a girl. Huh? Huh? Yeah, I got me a situation just like that myself. There's this camera shop in this hotel, see? And I just bought myself this good old beauty here. It'd better be anyhow for $3,000. Huh? 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 She'll learn, yeah. Actually, I reckon you bought it for me since it's on your tab and all. Huh? Huh? This is giving, Mikan Danganronpa. And where she goes, huh? 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 Over and over again in Trial 3. Anyway.
Isn't this great, Mr. Nick? Yeah, Nick!
Why do I suddenly feel like screaming? 3K for a camera is crazy. I could get a TV with that price. I could get multiple TVs with that price. Oh, you don't need to hold back now, you hear? Yeah, pal. Time to let it all out.
This is going to be the first time I hear the real you. Go on, it's been a while since I heard you say it. I've been busy being a hostage and all.
Saturn and Uranus were my first exposure to lesbians, bless. I think you mean Neptune, but like, I have something funny to say about that at the end. Remind me. Alright then. If you say so. Well, I guess while we're doing the credits... Oh, wait.
You really came through for me, Nick. I had to hide that letter, but I knew you'd find it. I really feel like I've been living on the edge lately. I mean, I've escaped death 3 times now. Pretty cool, huh? I feel like a pro.
I did not know what lesbians were, and I was like, I never talked to my cousins.
I'm so happy that you could save the Stigmata, Mr. Nick. And I'm so happy for the 2 of you. Speaking of which, I think this hotel is a popular place for honeymooners. So I sort of made reservations for the 2 of you, just in case.
Oh, Pearl. And then the English localization made them cousins, and I didn't ever hang out with my cousins, and I was like, oh, is that how people interact with their cousins? No. Well, pal, it looks like I'm back on the force again. Mr. Edgeworth had a long talk with the chief, and he got me reinstated for my stake. I heard he said things like, letting that one go was bad for all of society. I knew it! Crashing headlong into everything is the only way to live, pal. Oh, gumshoe. Never change. Yeah, so, like, when I was 8, I didn't know what gay people were. I, Maggie Bird, am retiring this uniform as of today, sir. I'm going to be a waitress from now on. And bring smiles and joy to the people who come by the restaurant, sir. I hope you'll stop by sometime, Mr. Wright. I think that was her voice. I don't remember a lot of these voices. This is gonna be rough. Oops. That's how cousins act. Yeah, same difference, right?
Oh yes, are you here to visit the patient too? I'm Director Hattie. Recently, yes, that girl, you know, I haven't seen her around. Yes, but I remember if everything had so much as an eye on her, it would go crack. It didn't matter if I got ripped though. Yes. Gross. Tadaki. That's an interesting name. No, it's time to begin our quest at World Circus domination, sweetie. And to let the world know we are serious, I plan to make a fabulous flight to Zimbabwe.
Hey Max, what do you think Zimbabwe is like? Do you think there are castles made of cake and bunnies who can talk?
I think if there are any talking bunnies, even they won't laugh at Mo's jokes. Yeah, best not think about it. Some country hospitals are just like that, maybe. I'm ready! I'm ready! There's no way these jokes are gonna fall on deaf ears! I'm going to be more contemporary with my humor. Mo curls represent.
We've got our new act all worked out. Prepare for the Hallelujah chorus. Say something, will you? You're supposed to start this off. Get on with it.
I don't miss him. Ben can die.
What's this? Drat, it's just an old, ordinary, regular reference. Okay, I can't believe this. Really? How long do they plan on making me do this? But it's Edgy Poo's idea, so that means it must have a deep hidden meaning.
Like, oh, I'm doing the wrong voice, but why do I get the feeling they wouldn't forget about me, would they? I was never like this in the old days. Everyone thought the world of me. They used to call me Queen Wendy and then treat me like royalty, and everybody was competing. Shut the fuck up. I'm roasting the... I've literally... her voice. I lost it. It's gone. I'll find it again someday. Suekane-san! Sensei, arigato! I appreciate everything you and Mr. Edgeworth did for me from the bottom of my heart. Oh, that's right. I received a letter from Ms. Von Karma. She said that after I get out, I should feel free to consult her about anything at all. I'm really thankful to have met everyone. Lesbianism. Those are gay. That's a gay interaction. It has become difficult for me in this country as of late. As such, I will take a short leave of absence. If you would like to request my services, please be sure to visit my homepage. May we both be blessed with longevity. Awesome. I forgot that happened. That's so cool. Let's go, lesbians, let's go. Actually, I don't think they would have a good relationship. Especially with Fran as she is now. I think it would be so toxic. But Toxic Yuri is awesome, so. Anyway. Oh my god, okay. Let's do this. Hello, you're in time for the end. Where are you going, Francisca? How did you know I was here? With this. That's... I heard you were planting things on a certain person. Things like tracking devices in his coat, for example. Oh, your mom asked for help and you missed it. That's okay, that's what the VOD is for, remember? Don't worry. That's just like you. I only planted it there because he was always wearing it. This filthy, drab coat of his. I don't know how it ended up in my luggage. But it's going in the trash, I promise you that. Oh, that's right. Speaking of that man, he told me something very interesting. When I ran off with the things from the killer's hideout, I was sure I took 4 things in total, sir. 4 things? It seems he put the last one in his coat pocket. He put it in here. It doesn't matter anymore. The case is already over. What are you going to do now? That's none of your business. Are you running away? Shut up! You don't understand a thing. You can't possibly understand what it means to be Manfred von Karma's daughter. Francisca. So many expectations from everyone around me. Expectations I must fulfill. I'm expected to win no matter what. And failure, such a thing is not an option for me. My father was a genius. There's no doubt about that. But me, I'm no genius. I've always known that. But I had to be one. I had to. You may not be a genius like your father, but you are a prosecutor. You have been and always will be. No, I'm not. Not anymore. I even throw my whip away. Speaking of that, Wright gave me this to hold on to. Right. You knew something like this would happen, didn't you? I'm going to say this again. We prosecutors do not fight for personal honor or pride. I hope you will think deeply about what you should be striking down with that whip. You haven't changed a bit. You've always left me alone and walked ahead without me. Miles Edgeworth, I've always hated you. And then, finally, my chance to take revenge on you arrived. If I could win against that man, if I could make Phoenix Wright bow down in defeat, then this girl you left behind would have risen higher than you. That was supposed to be my revenge. I see. You know, I can't do it. I can't change who I am. I can't throw away everything I've been until today. I believe you can. Just like how Adrian Andrews did. Adrian Andrews. You were going to use her during the trial, right? But you were dependent on your father by using his tactics. Isn't that right? Today, you chased after me, after I had left you behind all these years.
And that's why we're standing here now, side by side. But I have no intention of stopping. If you say you are going to quit your walk down the prosecutor's path, then this is where we part ways, Franziska von Karma. I am Franziska von Karma. Don't think I am going to walk in your shadow forever. Our battle begins now. So you had better prepare yourself, Miles Edgeworth. Phoenix Wright. One day, someday, I'm sure we'll meet again in battle. Until then, this last piece of evidence that never made it to you, I'll take good care of this fourth piece. So, I can give it to you, and at last we meet again.
Oh. Oh, thanks, Yoni. It's real. That shit makes me cry every time too. Cause like, for those of you who have like an older sibling that you look up to, that's such a relatable feeling. Like feeling like you're getting left behind by them. Especially when there's like a significant age gap, like there is with them, like, oh. God. I need to watch that hour-long deep dive into her character. Yeah, that's actually what I'm gonna do tonight while I'm drawing. Yeah, the first time I saw that scene, I cried so hard. And like now that I know it's coming, I'm like a little more prepared for it emotionally, but like I just cry. It hits a spot. It's so relatable. She's so relatable, actually. I love this series. Yeah, what a good game. I love this series is exactly what I was about to say. Yeah, Justice for All is actually my least favorite Ace Attorney game, but that is so unfair to say it like that. It is simply just like, I still love this game. I still love this game. That case is my favorite in the trilogy. It's so good. Although that might change replaying all of them. But like, that shit's so good. Again, with the thematic elements of trust and everything, and like Franziska's character journey, guys, I love her. I love Fran. At one point, she was in my top 3 characters. Now there have been so many characters that I'm like, okay, I'm sorry, Fran, you got knocked down, but I do still love her so much. So the next game, Thursday. I'm double checking the weather. It's that time of year I gotta double check the weather just in case it's crazy. Oh yeah, Thursday's gonna be a nice day. Thursday. Trials and Tribulations, baby. The event is already up. Also, I want you all to know, speaking of the event, speaking of that thumbnail, I want you guys to know, I popped the fuck off with the hand and then had to cover it with the logo. You will never understand my frustration. That hand was so well drawn. And that, the fact that I have to, you're going to IKEA Adventure, I mean, that's fun. yeah, the hand I drew was perfect. It was a perfect hand. It even looked like my hand. And then I had to cover it with the logo. Shopping for furniture is super fun though. So have fun. Kind of wish I were doing that. But I don't wish I were doing it more than I were doing, or than I would be doing Trials and Tribulations. Yeah, anyway, Trials and Tribulations starts Thursday. We're doing that. And then Saturday night, Okami, you know, the drill with that. Through, I'm going to say August, this schedule will continue. And then, in September, I don't know. Because I will be working regular hours during September, so I'm not sure what it will be. It may get shifted to night times, and then in that case, it may shift to Tuesday and Friday nights instead. Because Thursday nights are my fun, silly night that I have with our dear friend in the chat, Nim. And we need Thursday nights. I think we both mentally need our Thursday night hangout. Yeah, but for now, I'll just keep putting up the events, but as a teacher, I am no longer a teacher. I will be working for a childcare center, though. During the summer, yeah, the schedule is more sporadic because parents are more sporadic, and also the kids aren't in school. So, it's more settled in the school year, which here is most of the year, 10 months, basically. Yeah, no, I only did teaching for a semester. Yeah. So yeah, anyway, enough blabbering. Enough yapping. Yeah, I hope you can make it Thursday. If you can't, there's a VOD. I don't delete the VODs. The only ones I ever get rid of are the GeoGuessr ones when they get too doxy. I feel like they dox me a little too much, and then they go unlisted. Anyway. Yeah, you know the drill. Take care of yourself, take care of others, be good to yourself, be kind, stay safe, stay hydrated, especially this time of year. Thanks for hanging out. That was so much fun. And I will see you when I see you, which is hopefully Thursday. Okay, bye, good night.